We begin in the Middle East, where the region is on edge after an unprecedented Iranian attack on Israel. The two decades-long covert war between the regional foes exploded over the weekend after Iran launched over 300 missiles and drones at Israel. 2 days after the attack, Israel continues to be on high alert as it weighs its response to the Iranian assault on its territory. Now, Israel has signaled that while it would not act immediately, leadership has approved both offensive and defensive actions.
Iran and its proxies launched approximately 350 suicide drones, cruise missiles, and ballistic missiles and rockets from Iran, Iraq, Yemen, and Hezbollah in Lebanon towards Israel, with approximately 60 tons of warheads and explosive materials. Iran, from the beginning of the war, wants only one thing: to escalate the region. Until now, she worked through her proxies, but now she revealed trying to escalate the region herself. We approved operational plans for both offensive and defensive action. We will continue to protect the state of Israel, and together with our partners, we will continue to build a more secure and stable future for the entire Middle East.
Now, Israel has pledged that it will exact a price from Iran in a way and at a time that suits it. Israel's war cabinet that has been authorized to respond to the attack met on Sunday and has yet to finalize the scope of the attack, but one of its members, Benny Gantz, has said that the event is in fact not over.
This incident is not over. The strategic alliance and regional cooperation system that we built and stood its significant test needs to be strengthened right now. Faced with the threat of Iran, we will build a regional coalition and collect the price from Iran in a way and at a time that suits us. And most importantly, in the face of the desire of our enemies to harm us, we will unite and become stronger.
Now, Israel's defense minister, Yoav Gallant, said that the successful interception against the attack by Israeli forces and its allies was an opportunity for a new anti-Iran strategic alliance.
The continuous preparation we did together with our American partners resulted in the most impressive results. We have an opportunity to establish a strategic alliance against this grave threat by Iran, which is threatening to mount nuclear explosives on these missiles, which could be an extremely grave threat. The U.S., Israel, and its allies stand shoulder to shoulder to defend against this threat.
Now, Iran has said that the attack was aimed at punishing Israeli crimes, and Tehran also warned of a much bigger assault on Israel should Netanyahu decide on a tit-for-tat response. Israel's Western allies are in fact urging de-escalation of an already extremely tense situation. And on Sunday, in a call to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, U.S. President Joe Biden said that Washington would in fact not take part in any counteroffensive against Iranian territory. Now, President Biden, however, did reiterate that America is in fact committed to defending Israel, but the aim is to contain the crisis and not allow it to become a wider regional conflict.
The president and the prime minister had a good discussion, largely about the extraordinary success of last night. Again, look, as I said earlier, the president has been very clear, publicly so. We don't seek a war with Iran. We don't seek an escalated tensions in the region. We don't seek a wider conflict. And everything he's been doing, literally since the 7th of October, has been designed to that outcome.
Reports say that President Joe Biden first raised the possibility of a planned Iranian attack on a call with Prime Minister Netanyahu on the 4th of April, which also focused on the humanitarian crisis that's engulfing Gaza. In the following days, the U.S. and allies prepared a coordinated plan of defense as Washington brought more planes and ships into the region. Now, Iran claims that it had given neighboring countries and Israel's ally, the United States, a 72-hour notice that it would in fact launch strikes. And Turkey says that it had spoken to both Washington and Tehran before the attack.
We announced to the White House in a message this morning that our operations will be limited and minimal, with the aim of legitimate defense and punishment of the Israeli regime. About 72 hours before the operation, we informed our dear neighbors and the countries of the region that the response of the Islamic Republic of Iran in the form of legitimate defense is definite and undeniable. We announced to our brothers and friends in the region who host American bases that our goal from this legitimate defense is only to punish the Israeli regime.
However, U.S. officials have reportedly said that Tehran gave no warning and that it was aiming to cause significant damage. Now, according to reports, Washington did in fact have contact with Iran through Swiss intermediaries, but not a 72-hour advance notice as claimed by Tehran. Iran reportedly sent the U.S. a message only after the strikes began. And now, with the Israel-Iran shadow war out in the open, tensions in the Middle East are at their peak. And it's also heightened fears of potential repercussions across the region. And though Netanyahu is yet to finalize Israel's plan against Iran, he has vowed to continue to pursue the conflict in Gaza with full force. For now, however, sources say Israel is weighing its options. Meanwhile, the region remains on edge. From impeachments to inaugurations, if it's a political story, we are on the scene. The race for the White House is heating up.
We're beating Biden.
How dare he say that?
If it's breaking news, we're live with the latest coverage. From the White House, the State Department, and Capitol Hill, we know the issues, but above all, we know the players to bring you the latest in-depth analysis on all the key stories that we're covering. I'm Eric Ham. Join me from Washington here on First Post America.